Gold. Listen to it. Don't be duped by all of these headlines, the left versus right fights, and claims that Trump is brilliant, ignorant, or insane. The actual issue is that, as I've said numerous times, Santa Claus cannot resolve a liquidity crisis when there is $37 trillion, 0 cents in public debt, and more than $100 trillion, 0 cents in consumer, corporate, and public debt. We might argue for each of these positions. The debt is excessive. Without bazooka money and without devaluing the currency, there isn't enough lubricant to keep the debt wheels turning. The fact that gold exists and retains its value makes it a perfect fit for this, as does cryptocurrency. You notice, though, that he stated that the liquidity problem is still imminent. How can anything that provides on-demand liquidity address the liquidity crisis? XRP, a recent report published in France and Europe in collaboration with Ripple Web3 and crypto, starting in April and moving towards institutional and sustainable acceptance in 2025. It provides a comprehensive overview of the adoption of crypto in France and Europe. David Schwartz was correct, I suppose. Institutional adoption is about to happen, which will pave the way for widespread cryptocurrency adoption. However, it's not limited to the US. Right now, this is taking place all over the planet. This is a worldwide occurrence. We have a stake in the Industrial Revolution that is taking place. And I usually advise you that you can't sell too quickly because of this. This kind of stuff only happens once in a lifetime. This is your chance to seize it. The Supreme Court of India suggests that crypto laws are necessary for legitimate business. As previously stated, regulations will be implemented in every nation, and these restrictions will be remarkably similar across nations. In Europe, it all began with MiCA. In the United States, restrictions will now be implemented. There will be crypto restrictions in India. Since a new digital financial system is about to launch globally, every single nation is already moving in this direction. Businesses everywhere are purchasing Solana, but there has never been any statement of a firm purchasing XRP. Blue Hawk Legend is where this originates. Do you know why you don't see those articles discussing businesses purchasing XRP? Since they don't want the story to change, the story must remain on Ethereum, Solana, or Bitcoin, because the conversation will quickly change if they begin discussing who is purchasing XRP, because the potential of XRP is well known. Many individuals, particularly Bitcoin maxis, are in denial about it. They want you to think that social interaction, rather than the reality that XRP will run on all those Ripple rails that were built all across the world, is what drives the cryptocurrency. When XRP launches on those tracks, they will be dealt a serious shock. It's game over on the XRP ledger once the banks exit the testing phase. That's all. The campaign for Bitcoin will never be as loud as it is now. All of that will stop abruptly. Real value will take over the space once the buzz fades. CbdCs are rapidly emerging, but what does that mean for XRP? Their rivals, some claim, others claim that they will collaborate closely. The truth concerning CbdCs versus XRP is as follows. Additionally, I had to acknowledge anything related to XRP. Every day he releases excellent stuff throughout X. Additionally, I believe that he is frequently ignored. He also doesn't publish those moon boy posts, delivers facts and maintains objectivity. What exactly are CbdCs? They are only a reliable currency. The central bank issues this stablecoin. The only distinction is that. To put it another way, a digital dollar issued by the Fed is a CbdC. Ripple is a stablecoin if it issues a digital dollar. It's only a change of name. However, XRP does not require digital currencies issued by central banks for XRP to reach some significant levels. It has the ability to move RLUSD globally in the same manner as a digital dollar. Because XRP can transport anything of value, it is not in any way weakened, even if a nation chooses to use a stablecoin instead. And I emphasize that. A digital money issued by a central bank is not even necessary. Not even a digital dollar is necessary. The present financial system can be fixed with XRP. Additionally, it is capable of moving tokenized assets such as Lambo, oil, and gold, because there will be people who tokenize vintage cars. I always cite the Lamborghini as an example. In the near future, people will tokenize anything for which they can find value. What are your thoughts? And I felt that this was a fantastic way to combine it into a single image. Central bank digital currency, or CBDC. Algorand, XDC, XRP, XLM, XBAR are all connected to it. You can now insert stable currency here. It would function similarly if you entered up USD. When discussing a digital dollar, there isn't much of a distinction. It simply depends on who gives it. And I emphasize that because this is undoubtedly going to be coming from elsewhere. The digital euro is on its way, the digital pound is on its way, and so forth. It's all about control if the central bank releases a digital currency, which is another significant development I must emphasize. That control vanishes if you give it to a private business like Ripple. It won't be subject to the same controls as if the issuer were the central bank. That is still another significant distinction. In the past week, Coinbase Consumers has had $45 million, 0 cents, stolen. I've written about 9 figures that were taken from Coinbase users using similar social engineering schemes in the last few months. It's interesting to note that no other significant exchange faces this issue. Many claim that this is an inside job at Coinbase. However, this is also the reason you don't keep your cryptocurrency keys or both on exchanges. Maintain it in a wallet such as Decent or Ledger. Other wallets are also available. However, why would anyone use the exchanges to store their cryptocurrency? To be honest, I have no intention of cashing out any cryptocurrency on Coinbase. I will choose not to be upheld. I'm willing to pay somewhat more fees. Although I am aware that the uphold fees occasionally exceed those of Coinbase, this is what I observe. Coinbase will be going down once XRP begins to hit record high after record high. As Bitcoin reached yet another all-time high last year, we witnessed it plummet several times. I simply don't. Originally, I completely stopped using Coinbase when they started promoting the Bitcoin only reserve. That's precisely what I think. Missouri will be the first state in the union to exempt stocks, cryptocurrency, and real estate from capital gains taxes at the state level. Those are now. We require them to eliminate crypto capital gains on a federal level. That's what I want to see. I even heard individuals remark, well, it appears that I will be relocating to Missouri very soon. However, I felt that was fantastic because if states began doing this, it might exert pressure on the federal government to do the same. According to a recent GTA release leak, cryptocurrency, including XRP, will be accepted as payment. Grand Theft Auto has been updated. I had Grok verify this, and he informed me that no formal announcement has been made as of yet. Many people, I believe, want to see this happen. Including cryptocurrency in the game makes sense. By the way, this for Grand Theft Auto 6. This will probably occur, but I don't think it's too soon to predict which cryptocurrencies will be participating. Global acceleration is shown on the new real-time payments map, and this trend is only going to pick up speed. Everyone wants this. They desire quick, affordable, and safe. As of right now, North American payments are increasing. The same is true in Latin America and Europe. However, I anticipate that during the course of this year, real-time payments will be made all around the world. ISO will also have a significant impact on this. It won't be this way even with wire transfers, therefore let's wait 2 or 3 days for the transfer to take place. SWIFT will be left behind if they don't get their act together. Needed to ship something immediately, it is possible for the transaction to occur even before they end the call. In the modern world, they must pay the distributor the money, wait for it to clear, and then dispatch the merchandise. It will accelerate the supply chain. It will accelerate everything. For this reason, everything is becoming digital. But until everything happens, have patience, remain optimistic, and let's all get wealthy. That being said, I will now conclude this video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank everybody. The next one, we'll see you. Enjoy your evening.